My mom texted she had plans and couldn't make my son's birthday. I replied okay, but what I saw on her Instagram that same night changed everything about our relationship forever. My son turned 5 on a Saturday. 5 is a big one. Not in the way that 1 is big or 16 is big or 18 is big. 5 is the first birthday a kid actually remembers. The first one where they wake up in the morning already knowing it's their day and they carry that knowledge around with them like something precious. My son Theo woke up at 6:30 that morning and came into our room and stood at the side of the bed and whispered it's my birthday today like it was a secret he was sharing with us. I had been planning this party for 6 weeks. Not a huge party. Theo is 5 and 5-year-olds don't need huge. They need balloons and their favorite cake and the people they love in the same room. That's the whole thing. That's all it takes to make a 5-year-old feel like the most important person in the world. The people they love. I had sent invitations 4 weeks before. Real ones. Not a text, not an evite. Actual cards that Theo helped me pick out because he wanted the ones with the dinosaurs on them. We sat at the kitchen table one evening and addressed them together, and he was so serious about it, this little person carefully watching me write each name, asking me to read each one back to him. Grandma and Grandpa were the first names on the list. Obviously. My mother's name is Patricia. She is 58 years old and she lives 40 minutes away. 40 minutes. Not a different city. Not a different state. 40 minutes on a highway with no traffic issues on a Saturday afternoon. She had the invitation for 4 weeks. The party was at 2 o'clock. At 11:30 that morning my phone buzzed. My mother's name on the screen. I opened the text. Hi sweetheart. I'm so sorry but your dad and I have plans today and we're not going to be able to make it to Theo's party. Give him a big birthday hug from us. We'll see him soon. Love you. I read it twice. Then I put my phone face down on the kitchen counter and stood there for a moment. Theo was in the living room. I could hear him playing. Making the sound effects he makes when his dinosaurs are fighting, these elaborate battle noises that he narrates to himself. My husband Joel was in the backyard blowing up balloons, which Theo was not allowed to see yet because the balloons were a surprise. I picked up my phone. I typed one word. Okay. Sent it. Put the phone back down. Didn't say anything to Joel yet. Didn't want to shift the energy of the morning. Theo's birthday was not going to be about my mother's text. I made that decision in about 10 seconds and I held on to it for the rest of the day. The party was good. Really good actually. 8 of Theo's friends came. My sister drove 2 hours to be there. Joel's parents were there by 1:30, an hour early, helping set up, his mom carrying a casserole dish of something even though I had told her 3 times she didn't need to bring food. My friend Adelaide came with her daughter. My neighbor Harriet brought her twins. The room was full of people who wanted to be there. Theo ran around in his birthday crown that Joel's mom had made him and he ate too much cake and he opened his presents with the specific intensity of a 5-year-old who takes gift opening very seriously, and he was happy in the complete way that kids are happy when everything is exactly right. At one point he looked around the room and said, "Where's Grandma Patricia?" Just like that. Casual. Still holding a half-unwrapped present. I told him she couldn't make it today but she sent him a big hug. He said oh okay, went back to the present. 5-year-olds have this mercy in them. They accept disappointing information and move on in about 4 seconds. I was grateful for that. After the party. After the kids had gone home and the cake was mostly gone and Theo was crashed out in bed with 3 new dinosaur toys arranged carefully on his pillow. After Joel had helped me clean up and gone to watch something in the other room. I picked up my phone. I was going to text my sister about something. I don't even remember what. And I opened Instagram instead by habit. My mother's story was right there at the top. Posted 3 hours ago. Right in the middle of Theo's party. I tapped it. A restaurant. A nice one. The kind with low lighting and white tablecloths and the specific look of somewhere you make a reservation for. My mother and my father and 2 other couples I recognized from their church. All of them dressed up. All of them smiling. My mother with a glass of wine raised toward the camera. She had added text to the story. Date night with our favorites. So needed. I sat on my kitchen floor. Not dramatically. I had just sort of slid down the cabinet behind me and ended up sitting on the floor with my phone in my hand and the party decorations still half taken down around me. Date night. With their favorites. On the afternoon of her only grandson's 5th birthday. While he was asking where's Grandma Patricia. While Joel's parents were there an hour early helping set up. While my sister drove 2 hours. I sat on that kitchen floor for a long time. I thought about the invitation Theo had helped address. About how serious he was about watching me write Grandma Patricia's name. About the dinosaur cards. I thought about the text. We have plans. Plans. A dinner reservation with friends was plans. A 5-year-old's birthday party was also plans. Both of them were on her calendar. She had chosen which one to keep. I thought about date night with our favorites. Their favorites. Not their grandson. Not the 5-year-old who woke up at 6:30 whispering it's my birthday today like a secret. Their church friends with the white tablecloth restaurant. I looked at the story again. Posted at 3:17 in the afternoon. Theo blowing out his candles had been at 3 o'clock. 17 minutes. While the candles were still warm, she was raising a wine glass for the camera. I screenshotted it. Not for anything specific. Just because I needed it to be real and documented, and not something I had imagined. Then I put my phone down and sat on my kitchen floor in the quiet of after the party, and I thought about what this meant. Not just tonight. Not just this party. What it meant about the pattern. Because this wasn't the first time. It was just the first time I had proof. There had been the school play last spring. Theo had a speaking part, 3 whole lines, and he had practiced them for 2 weeks. My mother had said she would come. She didn't come. She said something had come up. She said sorry, we'll catch the next one. There had been the time Theo was in the hospital for 2 nights with a bad respiratory infection when he was 3. My mother visited once. For 45 minutes. Then had somewhere to be. There had been every Christmas where she arrived late and left early, and I always found out afterward that she had been somewhere else first, somewhere more important, and we were the stop on the way. I had filed all of these things. The specific filing of someone who doesn't want to see the pattern because seeing the pattern requires doing something about it. But sitting on the kitchen floor with my phone in my hand and the screenshot of date night with our favorites, I couldn't file it anymore. The pattern had a name now. And the name was simple. We were not her priority. Thea was not her priority. I had spent 5 years making excuses for her to myself and to Joel, and once to my sister when she had asked me directly if I thought my mother was actually interested in Theo. I had said of course she is. She's just busy. She has her own life. It's not always about us. Sitting on that kitchen floor, I understood that I had been wrong. It was never about busy. Busy people make it to their grandson's 5th birthday. Busy people don't post wine glass selfies 17 minutes after the candles. I got up off the floor. I went to the doorway of the living room and I looked at Joel. She was at a dinner, I said. During the party. She posted it on Instagram. Joel looked up from the TV. He didn't say anything for a moment. He had known my mother for 6 years. He had been patient and generous and had never once said to me the thing that I knew he had been thinking for most of those 6 years. He said it now. Quietly. I know, he said. I've known for a while. I nodded. I need to think about what I do with this, I said. Okay, he said. Take the time you need. I went to bed. I lay in the dark and I thought about Theo on his pillow with his 3 new dinosaurs, and I thought about date night with our favorites, and I thought about what I was going to do. Not from the angry place. From the place underneath the angry place. The one that was just sad and clear and done with the filing. I didn't call her that night. I didn't call her the next day either. I needed the time. Not to cool down. I wasn't hot about it. I was the specific kind of calm that comes after something has finally confirmed what you already knew and you're just sitting with the confirmation. I called her on Monday morning. She answered warmly. The specific warm voice of someone who has no idea what's coming. Hi sweetheart, how was the party? It was really good, I said. Theo had a great time. Oh good. I felt terrible about missing it. We've had this dinner planned for weeks, it was one of those things we couldn't get out of. Mom. She stopped. I saw your Instagram story, I said. Silence. Not long. Maybe 3 seconds. But a specific kind of silence. The kind that means the person on the other end is doing a very fast calculation. Oh, she said. Date night with your favorites, I said. Posted at 3:17. 17 minutes after Theo blew out his candles. Nothing. I'm not calling to fight with you, I said. I want you to know that. I'm calling because something changed for me on Saturday night, and I think you should know what changed. Celeste. Let me finish, I said. Please. She went quiet. I have been making excuses for a long time, I said. For missed things. For the school play. For the hospital visit that was 45 minutes. For every Christmas where we're the stop on the way somewhere else. I kept my voice level. Not accusing. Just naming. I told myself you were busy. That you had your own life? That it wasn't personal? It's not personal, she said. You know I love Theo. Mom. She stopped again. Loving someone and showing up for them are different things, I said. You can love him and still not be there. Both things can be true. But I'm done pretending the not being there is just about being busy. A long pause. We had this dinner planned for weeks, she said. Her voice had a defensive edge now. You can't expect us to cancel everything. I sent that invitation 4 weeks ago, I said. You had 4 weeks to either tell your friends you had a conflict or tell me you weren't coming. You did neither. You texted me 2.5 hours before the party started. Quiet. He asked where you were, I said. In the middle of opening his presents. He just looked up and said, "Where's Grandma Patricia?" I heard her breath change. What did you tell him? She said. Her voice different now. I told him you sent a big hug, I said. Because he's 5 and he doesn't need the truth yet. But I do. Celeste, I need to ask you something, I said. And I need you to actually think about it before you answer. Okay, she said. Small voice now. When did you last spend real time with Theo? I said. Not a quick visit. Not stopping by for an hour on the way somewhere. Real time. Where he was the whole point of the day. Silence. Long silence. I don't know, she said. Finally. Honestly. I don't know either, I said. And he's 5. He's only been alive for 5 years. There hasn't been that much time yet. She didn't say anything. I'm not asking you to be a different person, I said. I'm not calling to tell you you're a bad grandmother. I'm calling to tell you that I see the pattern now and I'm not going to pretend I don't see it anymore. That's the thing that changed on Saturday night. What does that mean? She said. Practically. It means I'm going to stop organizing things around the hope that this time will be different, I said. I'm going to stop building Theo's expectations around people who haven't shown up consistently. His birthday party was full of people who drove hours to be there. Your husband's parents were there an hour early helping set up. Those are his people. I'm going to put my energy there. And us, she said. Where does that leave us? That's up to you, I said. Completely up to you. I'm not closing a door. I'm just not going to stand in the doorway holding it open anymore and hoping. A very long quiet. I didn't know you felt this way, she said. I know you didn't, I said. Because I kept filing it. That's on me too. I should have said something sooner. Why didn't you? She said. Honest question. Deserved an honest answer. Because saying it made it real, I said. And I didn't want it to be real. I wanted you to just be my mom and Theo's grandma and for it to be easy. Her voice when it came was very quiet. I'm sorry about Saturday, she said. I know, I said. I want to, she started. Stopped. Started again. Can I come see him this week? Just him and me. Take him somewhere he'd like. I thought about that. Yes, I said. You can. But I want you to mean it. Not as a response to this call. Not to fix Saturday. Actually mean it. I mean it, she said. Then call me tomorrow and we'll figure out a day, I said. She called the next day. She took Theo to the Dinosaur Museum on Thursday. Just the two of them. She texted me when they arrived and sent me a photo of him standing in front of a T-Rex skeleton with his mouth completely open, this expression of pure 5-year-old amazement on his face. She kept him for 4 hours. When he came home, he talked for 45 minutes straight about everything he had seen. He fell asleep that night mid-sentence telling Joel about the fossils. My mother texted me that night. I forgot how much I was missing. Thank you for saying something. I looked at that text for a while. Thank you for saying something. Not thank you for being understanding. Not sorry about Saturday in the way people say sorry to close a conversation. Thank you for saying something. Like she understood that the saying something had been the thing. The necessary uncomfortable thing that had produced the Thursday and the T-Rex and the 45 minutes of Theo talking. I texted back. He loved it. So did you, I think. So much, she said. I want to do it again. Then do it again, I said. She did. Not perfectly. She canceled once in the 2 months after that. Said something had come up. I didn't file it this time. I called her. She rescheduled within the week. That was the difference. Not that she became a different person. Not that every pattern dissolved overnight. But that the pretending had stopped on both sides. I had stopped pretending I didn't see it. She had stopped pretending she had been showing up. That's what Instagram at 3:17 had done. It had ended the pretending. Theo's 6th birthday is in 4 months. My mother asked me last week what he wanted for it. Not 2 hours before the party. 4 months ahead. She's planning something with him. Just the two of them. Something she said she's been thinking about for weeks. I don't know if it'll last. I don't know if the pattern is actually broken or just dented. That's the honest answer. 4 months of different doesn't erase 5 years of not showing up. But Theo knows her now in a way he didn't before Thursday in the T-Rex. He asks for her. Not in the middle of his birthday party wondering where she is. On regular Tuesdays. Randomly. Mama, can I call Grandma Patricia today? Yeah, buddy. You can call her. He calls. She answers. That's what changed. Not everything. Not the years before it. Just that. Just the answering. Here is what I want to say to anyone sitting on a kitchen floor with their phone in their hand looking at something that confirms what they already knew. Stop filing it. You already know. You've known for a while. The screenshot is just the thing that makes you stop pretending you don't. Make the call. Not from the angry place. From the clear place underneath it. Say the thing that needs to be said simply and without performance. Name what you saw. Name what it cost. Then stop holding the door open. Let the other person decide whether to walk through it. Some of them will surprise you. Some of them will take a 5-year-old to a dinosaur museum and text you that night and say, I forgot how much I was missing. Say something. Before another birthday. Before another where's grandma. Before another candle goes cold. Say it. It's worth it. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard.